Sauce on me. I got drip. Flood the wrist. It's homage to the.
Hey kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. It's the girl Aneke. How y'all doing or whatever? I can't snap for nothing with these nails, so I'll tell you that. How y'all doing or whatever? Hey kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. It's the girl Aneke here, Aneke Budgets, and on here we do cash stuff and budgeting, paying off for that and minor business, not necessarily in them for orders. So if that is something that you eeny meeny miny mo want to be a join of, you know, go ahead and click that subscribe button, turn on the like, comment, and yeah, join the family. We love to have you over here, y'all. You see the nails doing all the things. Oh, I'm so excited. But as you guys can see, we're doing December, y'all. It's December. We're doing December's budget with me, and y'all, it's coming to an end. It's the final month of the year. 12 months, y'all. I ain't been budgeting for all of them, but baby, no shade, no tea. Let's get into this budget, this monthly budget, or this December budget with me. Okay, y'all, so I've zoomed y'all in per usual to, you know, get y'all up in my business, and we're gonna go over this monthly budget. Now, if this is your first time watching a monthly budget, let me back y'all up a little bit. If this is your guys' first time watching a monthly video budget or any of my videos on my channel, this is basically how you start off budgeting. And I always like to go into teacher mode because, you know, boom, bada, y'all, the nails is giving my focus. I need focus. Anyways, but if you are doing budgeting, if you're new to budgeting, this is what you do, right? And so a monthly budget is a perfect time for you to start, especially with going into 2025. It's a perfect time for you to know how to do your budget. So before I even write down any numbers, as you guys can see, I've laid out a couple overviews that I do want to talk to you guys about. Now, when you're completing a monthly budget, what you want to do is think about what you're expected to get, not what you actually receive, but what you're expecting, right? So if you have one job, then you're expecting to get one paycheck, or, you know, depending on how your pay goes for that paycheck, you're expecting to get that. But on the monthly budget, you're doing an overall. So yeah, if your main job, if you have your 9 to 5, then you're expecting to get your 9 to 5 money. If you have a side hustle, then, you know, you should work on that side hustle so you can get your side hustle money. If you have a passive income money, you know, sometimes you're doing stuff like rental income, or you're doing stuff where you're selling online but you don't have to do anything, then that it would probably be like more passive income, even though you've done something before, but you don't have to consistently be checking it, and so you get income from that as well. You know, not like YouTube, which requires you to be doing something daily and consistently to get money. So that is what you put in this section right here, known as the income source. Now, I am paid by salary, as you guys can see right here, so that is why you see salary on here. I don't put anything else in the boxes because I don't have any side income. I do get salary, but I do get extra money from salary as well, and which is going to change in January, and so I don't want to include it as a new source of income because it's not. It's just additional money I'm getting for salary, which I budget separately. So just things to think about when you are doing your budget. If this is not a long-term consistent thing or something that you can work on to be consistent, I wouldn't put it in here as a main thing. Now, if you do have it where it pops up, you know, later on, and you do have income, then you can put it in here. Obviously, once you're doing a closeout, you'll put in here. But if you are not expecting this money, if you are not looking for this money, if you're not doing anything for this money, I would not put that here. So that would be something that I would say not to do for income sources. Next is the main bread and butter of any and every budget, right? You want to list all of your bills that you have coming up in the month, okay? Some of these bills will be your monthly bills that you have. These are my monthly bills that I do have. You might have a annual bill, like I know my mama pays for Amazon annually. She has an annual Amazon bill that she pays for, right? Canva on here, I have started doing it monthly, but that used to be an annual bill as well, but I decided to go monthly. So yeah, you account for all of your bills that you have, and then you basically list all of them here, list when they are due, and then you will go through and you'll use your actual budget to reference that, okay? Now, a lot of people may not do this, okay, but it's something that I do. You can have digital binders or you can have physical binders. I am a physical binder kind of girl, and they have cash envelope and sinking funds. This is a Dave Ramsey 101, okay, baby. You have your budget, and then you have your cash envelope, because honestly, some of us do not understand our money management. You know, we still have to learn the basics, and so that is where the cash envelope and sinking funds come in. And then in my budget binder, I also have saving challenge too, because listen, we love a good scratch off, a little kiki, you know, and so we like to be entertained while savings. We just don't want to save, because sometimes that's boring. And so sometimes, you know, in this, especially in the budgeting community, a saving challenge brings us all together. And so we love us a good kiki saving challenge. So I separate my binders by my spending binders and then my saving challenges binders. It's just easier for me. Because my cash envelope and my sinking funds can always be used throughout the day, but my saving challenges is strictly that, it's for saving. I tend to not touch those, and I tend to not touch my sinking funds as often as much as I touch my cash envelope. So, but yes, so when you look at my monthly budget, those are the three things that I'm looking at. My income source, to make sure that I'm accounting for all of the money that I'm going to be receiving. My bills, for all of the money for all of my bills and expenses for the month. And then my budget binders, or this could be your other bills. If you notice in here, you don't see anything like groceries, you don't see anything like gas, you don't see anything like toiletries. This is because these are the bills, okay? The ones that be showing up with the papers on them. Like, they have your name, their address, and all of those. They got the bills. Your groceries and your gas, those are variable bills that you can, you know, spend more or spend less, and that's literally up to you. But that is how you do your overall monthly budget, because it is based on your income source that you are estimating, your bills and expenses that you're estimating based on past bills and expenses, to show you what, you know, is like your approximate that you would normally pay every month. And then your budget envelopes, your budget binder is also the same thing. This is where you do the most variety of, hey, what do I feel like would be the best for this month? Because some months more expensive than other, okay? A Thanksgiving, a November month, a December month, and a July month is more than an April, is more than a March. And the reason for that is because they got big holidays in them. It's also different if you have children, because children, they a hefty budget. They have to build now. And so shout out to all of y'all that got kids. I don't got kids, so I'm not a part of the mini-me society, okay? So yeah. Now anyways, since all that's being said, let me go through with my budget, okay? Shout out to me. And let me show you basically what I am going to do, or how I would basically do it. So as you guys can see, like I said, my income source this month, I'm only accounting for salary. And for salary this month, I'm doing $2,900. Now this is my estimate, that because this is under budget, this is an estimate that I'm doing for the month, and I have no other income source. So I say my total for the month is going to be $2,900. Now I have to make these bills and this budget binder down here all work off of this $2,900, which is a-okay. So my mortgage, it ain't a budget, that's a factual bill, and that's $1,320, okay? My Patreon is a bill for me. It's not a bill that I need to have, but I get so much value from the Patreon that I do have that I do keep it. And that bill is $17.50. HOA for me is $50 per month, okay? Pest control for me is $25 per month. My phone bill, I usually do about $60 for it, and the reason being, I think my phone bill is like 55 something, but I never, excuse me, I never could get it right of what it is, and so I usually do a round number like 60, just to give me like a little buffer as well. And that's another thing, if you need to have bills or account that have a little bit of buffer in there, because you understand that money fluctuates, especially with your bills, things like your water and your electricity that fluctuates every month, make sure you account for those as well, right? I know, like I said, my phone bill is about 55 something. It's probably about the same every month, but I usually like to go up in up to the next 10 or next 5. just for me to have like a decent amount of buffer in there where there's $2 or $3 so that I don't have to worry about it if it is $2 or $3. If it's more than that, then that's a little weird. And I know that's a little weird depending on what bill it is. But if it's like $2 or $3 within that time frame, then I know we're good. Next is Merrick, which is my dad in Jamaica. He actually is the 1st and the 5th, but that's okay. And since this is for the month, I sent him $200 for the month. And so that's what I'm going to put on here. My internet is $86.44. The reason I know that is because it's what normally comes out of my budget every month, or out of my account every month, so I'm not too worried about getting that wrong. Navy Fed, I do have money on my Navy Fed account, so I do want to put $200 towards that. Apple Care is for my iPad, and that's going to be $8.01. Apple One is Apple Music on the family plan, and so I pay for the family plan, which is $18.18. My mama pays for Amazon, my best friend pays for YouTube. Everybody's on everybody's account, baby. Okay, you budget and save the coins where you can. Electricity for me, I'm still gonna keep it $100. Now, if you don't know, I own a home in Mississippi, and so I'm not there. It's not being rented out. This is the month for it to be rented out, baby, if it does not get sold by December 15th. So we're going to look into renting out this home, because for the last 6 months, your girl has been paying her mortgage by herself. No tenant, no nothing, because I've been trying to sell this house. And so if that doesn't happen, child, somebody is going to have to pay this check, because we over it. Okay? Love the house. Love the house, love the knowledge that we got, love the information and all the things, but we have decided to move on from this house. I say we like it's not just me. When I talk about myself, I talk about me, myself, and I talk about us in we version. So I've done the home ownership. I've had some great experiences and learning from what it means to be a homeowner and all the things. And baby, with my career as a military member, we just not there for it right now. Especially because I will not be in a specific place for a specific amount of time, more than 2 to 3 years. If I'm just being honest, it doesn't make sense for me. So yeah, but I do still have to pay electricity, and I do still have to pay water, because you have to keep on electricity and water because you're selling the house, so that people can see what it looks like when they go in and, you know, turn on the light or use the bathroom or whatever it is. So just so you guys are situationally aware. Okay. So that electricity, and I'm going to keep it as $100. Canva is $12.99 a month, so I'm going to keep that at $12.99. And then water, usually my water is about $60. It's a little bit below $60, I'm not lying. Usually my water is a little bit below $60, and so yeah, that works for me. It just do, so I just keep it at that. Now if it goes above $60 and I ain't there and I know nobody living there, then I know something fishy's up with my house. You feel me? You feel me? So yeah, so it's usually $60, and that's good for me. The last thing I have here is Tides, and this is something that I used to give faithfully into, and I am trying to stay faithfully again into Tides, because every time I gave to the Lord gave back to me tenfold, and he been eating down. Okay, the Lord always eats down when he blesses me, so you know, bless the Lord. So anyways, we are going to, now that we've written out all of my bills, we are going to do the calculation to see what my bills are. So it is $13.20. And let me tell you something too. You see how these are cute and these nails are eaten down, and we love to see it. The other thing about these is that, baby, all of y'all that be in with long nails, I commend y'all, because I could never. Okay, these are press-ons, and I did them myself. And I just could never. They eat down right now. I love them on the camera, but I just couldn't do it, baby. Because you see all this like hardship I'm going through just to do this calculation. Couldn't be me. So I'm gonna come back to y'all when I'm done doing the calculation, because I don't want to keep y'all here forever. Okay, y'all, so I did the calculations of everything to see how much the numbers was numbering, and they said it was $2,448.12, which is the total. So my total $2,448.12. And so now I'm going to subtract this amount from my estimated salary that I have. So 29, girl, so I'm talking about. And so that leaves me with $451.88. So $451.88. And then now I'm going to move that money right down into this section, in the budget binder section, and we're going to do a little breakup. So what I will say is I do want to put let's say 150 into my saving challenges, because let's be honest, the majority of my money is going to be going into food, right? Into food. And so this 451.88 minus 150 is $301.88, which is left over, which goes into my cash envelope and or sinking funds, which is majority of my binder, right? So if you add these two up together, they are $451.88, and so that is zero. So down here now, this is like a immediate overview, so I don't have to look at everything, but my budget for my income source is $2,900. My bills and expenses is $2,448.12, and then my budget binders is $451.88, and so that left me with zero. So literally everything we just went over, everything we talked about, is literally how you would do your budget, your monthly budget, your paycheck budget, your every budget that you have, every money that you got coming in. And if you want to do a budget for it, this is literally how you do it. Hey, what am I getting? What are my bills? What are my, you know, budget binders, like cash envelope if I need it, or, you know, how I'm spending my money. And then this is just a little overview so you can quick snapshot. But yeah, guys, that's how you do it before you even start spending. Because child, when you start spending, and I can tell you from experience, and that money starts moving, you be like, bro, come on. Come on. So anyways, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it ate down, because these nails did too. And I just want to thank y'all so much for watching. And my name is Aneke, okay? Now, if you do want to see this budget book, the updated version, I did create a video for that, so you guys can go ahead and watch that, because baby, it eats down, okay? Eats down. So go ahead and click that video that you guys are seeing on the screen now, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
How you wanna do it? How you wanna get it? I'm out that, out of my mind. Can't even talk, can't even walk. Bad little thing, but she